beautiful life.
สวัสดีครับ Good afternoon and welcome to A Beautiful Life on englishonline.rmutp.ac.th. My name is อาจารย์เกษม พุทธเรืองศรี your host for the program. A Beautiful Life is a program broadcasted every Monday from 1 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. Articles and information about lessons learned or good phrases from the books or websites will be presented in this program together with the latest news from Rajamongkol University of Technology Pranakon for you to enjoy. Today we start with the article from China News Asia. They said AI in Southeast Asia are jobs being replaced. Not quite yet, but an uncertain future beckons. From hospitals to call centers, artificial intelligence is raising concerns and hopes with its impact on the future of work. In the latest of a regular series examining AI's development in the region, China News Asia finds out what workers need to do to stay relevant. Ray Yasmin Alice Haisan reported from Singapore. Like many other nurses in Southeast Asia, Mr. Muhammad Ashraf bears the brunt of the potential manpower crunch in the healthcare industry. Nurses have so much to do. We are always running around and just rushing for time, said the 25-year-old senior staff nurse who works in a Singapore hospital. The shortage of doctors and nurses in the region is well documented. In Java, Indonesia, for example, there are approximately only 22 medical specialists for every 100,000 residents, according to state news agency Antara. Meanwhile, Thailand reportedly see up to 7,000 nurse resignations at state-run hospitals annually despite a yearly increase of 10,000 new nursing graduates. The typical result is a behavior burden of healthcare workers who stay on as they hold the fort. This is where artificial intelligence or AI can lighten the load, and it's already being put into action, be it handling administrative tasks or expediting health screening. But even as AI shapes up to be a remedy for the workload, concern is also growing over its rapid advance. A key worry often voiced is, will AI steal our jobs? To Mr. Ashraf, the answer is no. AI can never take over what we are doing because our work as nurses involves feelings. It involves a human touch. These are things that AI can never do, he stressed. This sentiment is shared by call center agents in the Philippines, even as worry about that generative AI will replace the roughly 1.6 million workers in the wider business process outstanding or BPO industry. Currently, jobs around the world are enhanced rather than threatened by AI, said Dr. ปราณปรียา ศรีวรรณวิทย์ Lundberg, the Director of International Policy Partnership at the Office of National Higher Education, Science, Research and Innovation Policy Council or NXPO in Thailand. But this could change by 2040 when the capabilities of AI become equivalent to those of humans, she warns. Within these 2 decades, we have to learn how to live with and utilize AI so that it benefits rather than control us, said Dr. Lundberg. high-tech health for healthcare workers. After more than 3 years of working as a nurse in the fast-paced general surgical high-dependency unit, Mr. Asaraf told Channel News Asia that his compassion in nursing is slowly dwindling. He cited the various administrative tasks that nurses must do, such as drafting shift handover notes and writing up patient risk assessment, all taking up time which could be better spent tending to patients. There's no sincerity sometimes when we are doing our work because we are just rushing. There is always no time for us to sit down with the patient and talk to them. I guess that's not a nurse role anymore, says Mr. Asaraf. He hopes AI can eventually handle all the administrative and routine tasks so nurses like him can do more to help patients emotionally and psychologically. Many AI tools developed for the industry and precisely aimed at taking on such tedious tasks so as to ease the heavy workload of health workers, said Dr. Feng Mengling, an assistant professor at the Saw Swee Hock School of Public Health in Singapore. This is so they can have more time to provide personal care for the patient, he added. In the region, healthcare institutions like the Siloam Sriwijaya Hospital in Palembang, Indonesia, and the National Kidney Transplant Institute or NKTI in Manila, Philippines, have incorporated an AI chat assistant in their daily operations. Dr. Romina Dangulan, the Deputy Executive Director for Medical Services at NKIT, told Channel News Asia the high-tech tool has replaced about 80% of the work of contracting patients and doing follow-ups in the hospital's peritoneal dialysis division. The weekly check-up with patients, the bot has prompted to ask the patients how they are doing and how they are feeling. A lot of manpower has been fleeted now. The wonderful thing is that the medical personnel can still evaluate by reading through the answers that patients give and act on it if needed, said Dr. Dangilan. At Siloam Sriwijaya Hospital, the AI chat assistant does the work of sending out reminders to patients about their babies' vaccination appointments. We have a lot of babies born in the hospital, probably more than 100 babies in a month, so it's really hard for us to keep track of each and every one of them, said Hospital Chief Executive Officer or CEO Dr. Bona Fernando. In Indonesia, we have a strict vaccination schedule every month for babies until they are 2 years of age. So we just copy that calendar and put it into the AI, which will then automatically send the reminders. The AI chat assistant in question is the creation of Singapore-based company BotMD. It's used by some of the largest public and private hospital and clinic groups globally and in the region, including Singapore General Hospital, Siloam Hospital, and Philippine General Hospital. Another AI tool called FF Mammo, created by Singapore-based company Phantom X, hope to address the shortage of radiologists in the region and ease their workload. FX Memo utilized AI to detect breast cancer based on mammography images Our AI read the mammography scans and tell you the probability of cancer and extracting and exactly where to find it, said Phantom X CEO Stefan Lim. He pointed out that AI is desperately needed for radiologists, especially in dealing with breast cancer. For example, for every 100,000 women, Singapore has 6.5 radiologists, while Malaysia has 1.9 radiologists. The fact of the matter is that there's not enough radiologists. We need AI to come and help. They are not meant to take over the radiologists, said Mr. Lim. With the help of FX mammo to screen and the mammograms, the radiologists improve in their detection of breast cancer, he said, leading to about a fifth of a times saved on average. AI not sent to flatline healthcare careers. Although AI can and has already taken on some tasks of healthcare workers, experts told China News Asia, these workers are not in danger of losing their jobs anytime soon. We are looking at a shortage of healthcare workers globally. This is the phenomenon rather than physicians and healthcare workers losing their jobs, said Dr. Feng from the Saucy Hawk School of Public Health. He added that the COVID-19 pandemic further emphasized the labor crunch. Even Singapore, a very well-off country, just cannot train or hire enough nurses or doctors for such a crisis. In the case of radiologists, Dr. Feng told China News Asia greater demand for them in the region is to expected in the next 10 years, especially in the face of an aging population. I work with a lot of radiologists, and the common feedback is that they are worried their workload is going to increase dramatically and that they won't be able to handle it anymore. There will be an even greater demand for them in the future. I just don't see them being in danger of losing their jobs, he said. Phantom X CEO Mr. Lim said that while AI can do certain base tasks, it can never surpass a healthcare worker's know-how, wills, passion, and critical thinking skills, all of which are crucial to equally nursing and doctoring. Similarly, but MD founder Ms. Go said AI can never truly replace the art of doctoring. For example, reading a patient's body language or the subtle cues. These are things that are hard for a computer to learn, but a doctor can recognize them immediately. We have seen many instances where patients prefer to call or speak to a human doctor or a nurse because that lends more comfort or builds more confidence in trusting the diagnosis or treatment being presented to them, she told China News Asia. What about call center workers? Why AI looks set to help rather than replace healthcare workers? The same cannot be said for other industries. In the Philippines, the rise of generative AI has sparked worry that AI chatbot will displace call center workers. With generative AI, issues previously encountered, such as the perceived lack of empathy of automated chatbots, are being resolved. In May last year, One senator called for an inquiry into the use of AI and the potential replacement of workers, especially in the BPO and original equipment manufacturing industries. Ms. Amy Marcos cited an Oxford Economics and Cisco study which found that digital automation could render approximately 1.1 million jobs in the Philippines obsolete by 2028. Despite such worries, call center workers told Channel News Asia they are not concerned about AI taking over their jobs, at least in the near future. Miss Andy, 33 years old, has been working as a call center agent for 12 years in the Philippines. She noted that customers still prefer to speak to a live agent instead of an AI chatbot, especially when it comes to more complex issues like billing or technical issues. They want a detailed explanation regarding their bills, or they want to be walked through a certain technical issues, explained Miss Andy. People who are looking to enter the BPO industry are also unfazed by AI. As far as I know, the job becomes easier when it is done by chatbots or AI technology, says Miss Angeline Pernerio, a 19 years old who has been job hunting since August last year. India-based AI chatbot company Haptic said that it builds the BPO market through a list of complementary rather than replacement. AI tools in Haptic's vision are designed to work with human agents by handling routine tasks, thereby allowing human representatives to focus on more complex in interactions that require a personal touch, said Hapkins' Director of Growth, Ms. Namia Khan. She added that there is also significant potential for cooperation between BPO call centers and enterprise AI assistants like Haptic. Mrs. Khan noted that one possibility is by using generative AI to interpret the customer's text, tone, and voice in order to analyze real-time customer sentiment and help contact centers identify and address customer concerns. BPO firms themselves have also incorporated AI into their business. Among them is Concentrix, one of the biggest BPO companies in the Philippines. Mr. Amit Chakka, Senior Vice President and Country Leader of Concentric Philippines, told Channel News Asia it used AI to improve its advisors' accuracy and productivity as well as to create more personalized and meaningful customer experiences. He brought up an example where a technology company's support advisors were struggling to navigate a complex landscape of products. We developed a generative AI application in just 3 weeks that allowed them to swiftly tackle technical queries with an AI assistant. Advisor productivity soared by 65% and query response times were slashed by 4 minutes, resulting in better customer experience as well as substantial cost saving, he said. When asked if Concentric has had to fire fewer people over the years due to the rise of AI chatbot, Mr. Jacka said this was not the case, adding that Concentric in the Philippines continue to grow. The human touch remains invariable, especially in complex and emotionally sensitive situations. It is combination of AI and the human touch that results in superior customer experience, he said. Mr. John Maxinski, the co-CEO of BPO advisory firm Piton Global, told Channel News Asia that human workers remains evolving as they can offer empathy, which is something that AI cannot do. This human ability to generate, understand, and share the feelings of another person is something AI hasn't been able to teach them. AI might be getting better at many things, but where it comes to her complex, the often messy world of human emotions and subtitle will still have a long way to go, he said. Jobs could be at risk by 2040, experts said. As it stands, AI does not pose an imminent threat to workers' livelihoods, at least in Southeast Asia's healthcare and BPO industries. But this could change by 2040, an expert warns. Dr. Lundberg noted that the world is currently at the first stage of AI, known as weak AI, where humans have more logic than AI. At this stage, AI is able to enhance the work of human workers and acts as an aid, she said. However, at the second stage, known as strong AI, where AI has a human level of cognition, jobs will be at risk. There is already strong prediction that the second stage will arrive in 2 decades, said Dr. Lundberg. As AI rapidly evolves, the race of regulation is on, with action being taken at global and national levels to avert the risks while hopefully reaping the rewards. When asked if the development of AI should be regulated in favor of the livelihood of human workers, Dr. Lundberg noted that while this is an ideal scenario, the rapid growth of AI has outpaced the setting of rules. Regulations has to go hand in hand with technological progress, but the private sector, where technological progress occurs, will not wait. What we could do is to accelerate the government side so that it catches up with the private sector. We cannot slow down the private sector. It's opposite from development, said Dr. Lundberg. To survive in the strong AI phase, workers should also constantly upskill, reskill, and gain basic digital literacy. For those already proficient with basic technology, they need to focus on upskilling and reskilling, said Dr. Lundberg. Nothing that there are already various government-led initiatives in the region. Singapore launched an updated version of its national AI strategy last month. Among its plans, a typical of its AI talent pool and significant investment in adult education and training to reskill and upskill workers. In Thailand, the government has introduced a tax subsidy program for companies that offer upskilling and reskilling courses. Python Global co-CEO Mr. Maxinski strongly support the idea of the government stepping in with measures to build a tech-inclusive workforce in the Philippines. Initiatives like tech training program motivating companies to maintain a balance between AI and human staff, and policy and encourage continued learning and skill developing are essential, he said. Meanwhile, Dr. Feng noted that many AI applications like ChatGPT are relatively accessible and should be used by workers to familiar themselves with AI. A lot of the solutions are free. Others may cost about 20 Singapore dollar a month, so you can just pay and try it for a month. 0 Singapore dollar that you know and experience firsthand how the AI behaves. What it feels like when the AI gets something right or wrong, and how impressive it is. We feel scared of things that are unknown, but once we interact with it, when you are no longer so fearful of the technology, said Dr. Feng. We also highly recommend that AI technology be part of the regular curriculum in schools. Some training is required, but not to a level where they should suddenly become a programmer and start developing AI solutions. I foresee by time they graduate that it will be part of everyone's life, Dr. Feng said. It will be a common technology that in many scenarios they will have to use. So you can read more about this from China News Asia, and we'll be right back after a short break.
Beautiful Life.
You are listening to A Beautiful Life on englishonline.rmutp.ac.th. We are back to the news. The first news from Rachmongkol University of Technology Panakorn hosted the TPNO-MTR meeting number 1/2024. On 29 January 2024 was General Jaran Gulawanit, Chairman of the University Council, President and Rector of Rachmongkol University of Technology TPNO-MTR as the host. Chairman of the meeting, President of the University Council, and President of Rachmongkol University of Technology number 1/2024 at Mongkol Apha Meeting Room, second floor, Faculty of Business Administration, Rachmongkol University of Technology Panakorn. Before starting the meeting, the group of the 9 Rachmongkol University members paid homage to the monument of Admiral His Royal Highness Prince อาภากร เกียรติวงศ์ กรมหลวงชุมพรเขตอุดมศักดิ์ Monument Area, Rachmongkol University of Technology Panakorn. By this meeting was honored by หม่อมหลวงปนัดดา ดิษฐกุล member of the senior, to give a special lecture on royal sign towards sustainable education development or ศาสตร์พระราชาสู่การพัฒนาการศึกษาที่ยั่งยืน Meanwhile, Rachmongkol University of Technology Panakorn organized a training to create student leaders for integrated innovators. On January 26, 2024, Assistant Professor ศักดิ์ แข่งเพ็ญแข Assistant Rector for Student Affairs Rachmongkol University of Technology Panakorn shared the opening of the workshop project to create to create integrated student innovator leaders between the 26th to 28 January 2024 at Rajamongkol University of Technology พระนคร and learning resources for the เกาะเกร็ด community or ชุมชนเกาะเกร็ด The objective is to develop students to be well-rounded, have the ability to adapt and quickly cope with challenges, and create a core of integrated students. Innovators at the university. It also cultivates students to learn from various learning sources. They are activities to create leaders who have the characteristic of the university, namely graduates who are practical, eager to learn, work hard, and experts in technology and have morality. Include activities to create student leaders to improve, to prepare, to be integrated in innovators activities to create. Immediately for innovators, study tour activity at เกาะเกร็ด community, innovation activities for extracting lesson and creating community, innovation integration plans and activities to present learning results to create integrated student innovators leaders. And that's all for today beautiful life. Please join us on every Monday here on englishonline.rmutp.ac.th. Your host has been อาจารย์เกษมพุทธเรืองศรี You are welcome to subscribe to our channel on englishonline.rmutp.ac.th. Thank you very much for joining our program today and see you again next Monday. สวัสดีครับ
Beautiful Life will be back again next Monday.